Tuesday 15 October. This is the weekly chart, still looking for that all-time high. Currently we are in this weekly value gap in here. I want to see a close above that. And first target is then the weekly opening price in here, and then this this wick in here is probably the consequent encouragement of that all-time high wick. Yeah, look like that. So somewhere around there I want to take profits. This is then the daily chart. We'll go down to the daily chart. That weekly fair value gap in here, the orange lines are annotated in the daily chart. In the daily chart we have a daily fair value gap in here. I mentioned that I wanted to see somewhere form, I wanted to see lower prices after taking out this, to take out sell side in here. We closed above the midpoint of that. We did leave a portion open in the fair value gap in here. Oh, I should have done it like that, but yeah, like that. So we still have reason for price to go lower. We still have very good reason for price to go lower, but as you can see, we have a volume imbalance in here, a daily volume imbalance. I'll make that, yeah, I'll keep that black. So if you want to see lower prices, I would like to see a close below that. Then this order block needs to be disrespected in here, this daily order block. But first of all, because we are because we have this, yeah, it's still feasible to see a price rally down, but we closed above in here. So I'm not quite sure what to expect now. But today I really was bearish because we could expect some bearish momentum in here. Also, if we grade this thing in here, that dealing range, I have to refresh the pages. My internet is just weak. My internet is horrible. Need to do something about that. But if you notice that we have that daily wick in here, if we grade that, we have the constant encouragement and that 25% range of that. And then another point of that's important is this order block in here. We draw into that yesterday, so then yesterday that price point became relevant. The consequent encouragement of that is also in very close correlation to the daily order block. Then we have the 50-minute chart. Let's go to the 1 hour chart and 4 hour chart first. What I want to take your interest in here, just do this real quick, focus on the 4 hour chart now for now, is that we have this low in here, so we turtle soup that. If we are bearish, then I want to see a close below this low, or this low now even. I want to see price draw down to the consequent encouragement, which is lower than this. So I want to see the price closing lower than that. And then I would like to see so where somewhere form an SMT. So we have here relative equal lows, or did it take this low? The lowest point of that is 850. So relative equal lows. We can still draw lower now with the ES, and with the Dow it already done so. So it's feasible for me to think that we can have a low, another low, but because it's Tuesday and we went bullish the entire week basically, and we have a Tuesday low, this could be the range of the week. So we have primary buy side, and then the rest of the week, then this is primary sell side. That's a possible outcome to my thinking. This needs to be gone. But as you can see now, we are trying to reprice all this. What I would like to see is a breakout artist kind of setup thing. Is I would like to see in the PM session to take all this, and then in here they break out, so they want to go higher, and they put their stop loss somewhere in here or here, and then we could see that go. But for now, in the 50-minute chart, we have the 19 opening range gap, and we went lower for several hundreds of handles. We leave this primary buy side liquidity. Also, today, the Dow really showed me his hand sooner than it didn't have this rally up. Didn't even take these highs out. So let's check that out. You see, didn't take took these highs out. And then I want to take your attention to this. First we have the opening gap, which is there. There we have the price range break. What is that? It's a fucking flag. And then it breaks out, and then the breakout people, they put their stop loss in here. Of course, they got hurt really bad. What would other people do is they would go up, and then they would see this fair value gap in here, and then they would buy that stuff, or they would buy in here when this sweeps, and then they would put their profit targets in here. But they don't realize that we come from a point of resistance, and they don't realize the underlying narrative is that we have to, at some point, have to tap out them short sellers. So we could see price going lower now. So in here, we drive higher. I shorted in here. I took profits in the consequent encouragement of this candle, the 930 candle. Today we had no news. Then we draw up, we leave this high, and then we draw down. We inverse the first percentage value gap. We draw up again to that 25% range of that previous day wick, and then we draw lower. We draw below the new day opening gap and the previous day closing price. At this point, it's in the macro, and I could see I'm very familiar with this, so I shorted when it came back inside the first percentage value gap, one tick above that, so the opening price of this candle. I put my limit order there, and then prices rallied down. I wanted to see this as a breakaway gap when we went into the mitigation block, and we draw back to the midpoint of that, and then we drew lower, and when we drew back into this order block, that's at that point I put my stop loss at the breakaway gap, because I don't want to see price come back at that point. And then we draw lower, and I even could enlarge my position, and then we just went lower to these relative equal lows in here, which is eventually possibly a turtle soup, if we make a market structure break somewhere along the lines of this. Where's the 15-minute? So we have to close in here, then we have to draw down and then take something out. So at 9 a.m. possibly, when we generate a lot of liquidity, we can draw down and then draw up again, or we can just keep drawing down. What did it do in here? Yeah, it took that. Still clean. This could be the SMT. So in here we took that, and we took that in here too. So this could be the SMT that I was waiting for. or we could draw lower and form the SMT in here. So that was it for today. We just had the rally down, right? And then we had this stuff. And immediately I would have liked to see that this being taken out, but when this happened, I knew that it's probably gonna happen at the Asian session. So